Welcome back to Diaper Free Diaries. Today I'm joined by Danielle, a Go Diaper Free certified coach, 3D printing business owner, and mom of two, now ages 6 and 12. Danielle shares her journey into elimination communication, or EC, which began back when Instagram wasn't around, support was scarce, and EC felt like an underground movement. Starting at 7 months with her daughter and from birth with her son, Danielle gives us a real, relatable look at what part-time and full-time EC look like in her home, with a refreshing, no-pressure approach that many parents will appreciate. We also talk about parenting in the pre-EC influencer days, learning from crunchy rabbit holes, and how babies with totally different temperaments responded to EC in different ways. Whether you're brand new to EC or deep in the trenches, this episode is filled with honest reflections and gentle encouragement. Let's dive in.
Would you like to introduce yourself?
Sure. I am Danielle Gajewski. I am a Go Diaper Free certified coach, not currently coaching, so not active. But I am, still flexing those EC muscles, doing some work for Go Diaper Free otherwise, which is great. And I'm a mom of two kids who are now 6 and 12. And I actually have my own business doing 3D printing.
Oh, that's awesome. I did not know that.
Yeah.
That's super cool. I would love to, definitely chat with you and like in the future, just about how that works. So that's super
Sure.
cool. So then tell me about, because I know you said when you started EC that Go Diaper Free wasn't like really established yet. So then like what made you decide to start? And then, you can talk about how you started too.
Well, I guess I was already a crunchy mama before that was a thing. Although I wasn't really that crunchy actually until I guess started trying to get pregnant. And then that led me down all kinds of rabbit holes, and I got crunchier as the time went on, for sure.
Same. Yeah.
But when we did get pregnant, I got into midwives right away, which here where I live in Canada, you have to get on a wait list. So luckily I got in there like right away, got a midwife. And then I met a very good friend of mine because she's still a really good friend of mine. We had the same midwives. And so I think it was once a month or something, you would meet in a group with all of your mamas around the same due date as you. And I don't know how exactly we found out about EC, but I know we both had read the book, Maya Bialik's parenting book way back when. And she did EC with her kids, but she did it pretty extreme. She like didn't use diapers unless they were asleep. And then she just used sumo diapers, and they all co-slept in a big family bed. And it was like, I was so curious, but it seemed so extreme.
Sure.
And my friend was too. So we started, both of us, like Andrea talks about, we had these listservs you would try to join to like be able to talk to people, because there was no Instagram or, I guess there was Facebook, but I don't know, no EC stuff we could find. And so anyways, we just took it from there. But I didn't start EC with my older child until she was 7 months old, because it just seemed way too overwhelming. And we didn't have like a community of support. I didn't know anybody who was doing it. My friend also, I don't think started it either until I did. And then we both started when our girls were about 7 months. So different times. But she did during that time. Maybe after I'd already started EC is when Andrea's first book came out, which was called EC Simplified. And I did get that.
Yeah. I'm sure it was helpful having someone like another mom doing it too. So you could,
who also had no idea what she was doing.
Yeah. It was like the blind leading the blind.
Totally.
So troubleshooting, I'm sure.
Yes. And our daughter, it was cool because our daughters just are so different in like body type, temperament, like their poops, their habits as babies, like all that stuff was so different. So that was pretty interesting too.
Wow. And then I'm assuming you did it part-time.
With her, yeah, definitely. It was, I mean, it was just it was really, because I had a son later who I started pretty much at birth. And
Mhm.
EC with my daughter was different because we started later. So it was still
Mhm.
great and I enjoyed it. But um, there was definitely like, it was mostly just based on timing because she wasn't signaling. She didn't seem to like care about being in a wet diaper or anything like that. So
Mhm. Mhm.
yeah, so it was pretty part-time.
Yeah, yeah. Oh yeah, those are my earbuds. And then okay, so and then you did EC with your second from birth. And then were they close in age? Were you doing both EC kids at the
No,
same time?
they're
Okay.
5.5 years apart. So she was
Okay, so
way out of diapers.
well out of, yeah, yeah. Do you remember kind of what a day would look like? Let's say like with your second born, kind of what EC looked like? Was it just like kind of wake ups? Was it did you focus on any specific like easy catches?
I don't think there was specific ones, but I with him I tried to do it, I guess you could say full time, but I was never one to put a
Mm,
lot of pressure on
sure.
myself. I was never one to think
Mhm.
I had to catch every pee or to be terribly upset about misses. So
Yeah, yeah.
if he was home with dad, my husband didn't really get into EC much at all. Or if
Mhm.
he was with his grandparents, or if we were out and about, like, and he just wore diapers the whole time, I didn't bother
Yeah,
me.
yeah, yeah,
But I just find EC so fun. So
yeah.
with him, I was more uh, outgoing, I guess, in that I used a lot of public toilets for EC. Like I would bring my top
No.
hat potty in my diaper bag. And then if we were changing him, on a change table at the library, I would put him
Mhm.
on the potty, even though other people potentially were around or whatever, or
Right, right.
when we were at people's houses or even at yoga, I think trying to remember. I might have even done it in like a mommy and me yoga class, like in the
Yeah.
class potentially. So yeah, I was doing it a lot more and getting more bold with that, which was fun. But like I would say on a
Mhm.
typical day, a lot of it would have been based on timing.
Mhm.
He started signaling at about 6 months, but then by 9 or 10 months, he
Wow.
completely stopped. So,
Right,
like
right.
there was ebbs and flows and things changed all the time.
Yeah. No, it's absolutely like yeah, this guy is 9 months and he's like so on the move and just like yeah, wants to just go. And so there's definitely no signals. So I definitely yeah, can relate in that age range of no signals. And yeah, some of the things that you were saying too, just the ebbs and the flows are just kind of what like, I've talked to like Nicole and Daria and everything, and it's just like you just kind of like go with it and so like one day you'll have like five catches and then the next day you'll have one catch and it just kind of you just roll with it.
Yeah.
So that's awesome. And then what's something that you wish more people knew about EC?
Well, so when my son was little, I had my own, I was saying I was a Go Diaper Free coach and I had a website of my own and I had a blog on the website. And so when you asked me to do this
Oh yeah.
interview, I was like, I wonder if I could find
Oh.
I had done a diary like every single month. I did like a real life EC diary of the whole progress
Wow.
from 0 to 18 months and like every
Were you
month
the
what was
potty
going on.
diaries? Is
No,
that
it
you?
was
Okay,
just
okay.
We Potty, yeah.
Okay.
But it was I called it real life EC just to like, you
That's
know,
awesome.
make it seem
Yeah.
normal and all the good, the bad, and the ugly.
Yep.
And I read over a couple of them this morning to sort of refresh my memory.
Oh yeah.
And one thing I mentioned like over and over and over in those posts was how I felt like EC was just and it really I wish people knew. Okay, to go back to your question, what I wish people knew and what I
Sure.
talked about a lot in there was that EC is such an amazing like bonding tool with your child
Mm-hmm.
that like it's like a touchstone throughout the day, and especially when you have
Yeah.
other kids. Like when I was doing it with my son, I had an older child who it was in kindergarten, so I had to like drop everything and drive her to school and pick her
Mm-hmm.
up no matter what the baby was doing. or, she just needed more from me. She needed me to read to her, to cook for her, to whatever. And then I had this baby that I was doing EC with. And so rather than just getting through those baby days and doing all the things I needed to do, EC kind of forced me to constantly stop and pay attention to him, also the baby, right? And do something with him, or take breaks all the time during the day and like be more focused on him, which I thought was just a really cool thing, because it's easy to get caught up on just like changing diapers and nursing and reading to your other child and taking her to school and blah, blah, blah. But EC, also just keeps you, I don't know, present, and also just mindful of what's happening with your baby.
Right. I love that too. And it's so many of like the photos and the videos too of parents seeing their babies. It's like you could just see how happy, you can just see that touch point. Totally. And I think it's just they're looking in the mirror and they're like making faces at the baby when they're like pottying over in the bathroom and different things. So it's I think that's such a great thing to mention too, about just like, like a baby could just be happily kind of playing, and then you could just like be pottying the baby in that moment too, and just kind of
and my son was really like quite a calm baby, pretty easygoing, and so I think it'd be easy to just kind of forget about him because he was quite content. You know what I mean? For sure. So I had to pay more attention to him.
No, I get it. I was the calm baby. I was like the super chill, because it's like two older siblings that were like more rambunctious and like full of energy and stuff. And I'm like, I'll sit here playing with this puzzle and so that's great. For quieter babies or like more content babies, and kind of get those opportunities. So I love that.
And then the question is, was he so content because we did AC from birth?
Oh, that is very true. I know. I even posted like a reel today of the Dunstan baby language, and how you can just decode your baby's cries, and there's like each cry sounds a little bit different. So I think it's I have two kids, and I would say that he cried a little. I would say that he cried significantly less than I remember with our first. And I think that EC has a lot. You're smiling. You're even happy now. Happy with that calculator.
I have the same experience for sure.
Well, unless there's anything else you wanted to add, I'm just so grateful that you're able to share your experience, and this should help, if like hoping that we can encourage other like EC parents to start, or parents who are kind of intrigued to get started or keep going if they're hitting a little potty pause.
Definitely do both. Get started and keep going. It's totally worth it.
Thanks so much for listening to this episode of Diaper Free Diaries. If you're ready to dive deeper into EC or early potty training, head to godiaperfree.com for books and courses, and tinyundies.com for the best gear to support your journey. You can use the code STAMPER at checkout on both sites for a discount. That's STAMPER. Thank you for listening, and until next time, happy pottying.